Happy Wednesday, everyone. It's Tracy and Robin here today. Can we believe we're in the same city shooting Facebook Live today? So we are doing this at a special time. I know it's a little bit awkward. It's 3 o'clock here on the West Coast where I'm in San Francisco hanging out with Robin. We're working here on some stuff. And we normally have these at 12:30 Eastern. So I think it's 6 o'clock on the East Coast. So anyway, it's exciting to be here. We see a bunch of you jumping on, and we'd love to know who's here. So if you're jumping on, make sure that you say hello to us and give us a little shout out so we know who we're talking to today. I'm really excited about today's Facebook Live because we're going to talk about how to build excitement for your Black Friday promotions without crazily slashing your prices. So I know that a lot of designers think that during a promotion period, like the only way that you're going to get sales is to actually discount, which I don't think that is necessary.
No. We're not big fans of discounting at all. So we're excited to be able to bring this to you and show you how you can participate without slashing prices.
Yeah, so Black Friday is coming up, and so is Small Business Saturday and Cyber Monday. Hey, Melissa, how's it going? Awesome. If you're here, make sure that you say hello. I love all the little likes and hearts that are floating across the screen. Super fun. So if you're here, make sure that you say hello. So Black Friday and Small Business Saturday, and then also Cyber Monday are coming up in just a few weeks. So if you are in the United States, you know that happens right after our Thanksgiving. And it's a really great, awesome time to build excitement about your brand and really launch your holiday season. So there's a couple things that we want you to think about. And then I also want to mention that if you are joining us and you haven't downloaded it yet, I can't remember if we released it last week or the week before, but we created a checklist to make your Black Friday promotion a little bit easier. So you can go grab that, and it's completely free download. You can grab that over at flourishthriveacademy.com/BF checklist. That's flourishthriveacademy.com/BF checklist. And I also put it in the little description above that we have here. So I see a bunch of you joining on. We have Jennifer here, Cielo Mar, who just joined our mastermind. We're super excited, and we're shooting a video for you later, hopefully if we have enough time. And Sarah's here. Thanks so much for joining. And Quay, thank you so much for joining, you guys, and thanks for saying hello. So as always, I just want to remind you, I'm starting to talk so fast, Robin.
Slow it down.
That if you have questions during the course of this training or this little Facebook Live, it's not technically a training, it's just a conversation that we're having with you, feel free to post them below and we will answer as we receive them. So we want to walk you through some ways to build excitement about your Black Friday sales. Make sure you grab the checklist, the links above. The first thing that you want to do is to be prepared, and that requires you to prepare your offer. So you want to really be clear on what it is that you're going to be promoting during this period. So if you could try to, I know that when I was doing this, because when I first started doing e-commerce, it wasn't a super big thing. I was selling mostly to stores, so we didn't really do Black Friday promotions that much.
Back in the day.
And when I would do them, I would be like slapping that stuff together all at the last minute, like the day before. In fact, I might be guilty of doing that sometimes with Flourish and Thrive Academy, having a really good idea and then saying, okay, Peter, tomorrow we're going to launch this, and he wants to like throw darts at me, but that's a story for another time. But the key point is that whenever I've had a really successful promotion, it was because I prepared for it a lot in advance. So for instance, I've been talking a lot about this fundraiser that I'm doing to build a school in Kenya. So I launched the first phase of the fundraiser to my jewelry clients list, and I did a little teaser to build excitement about it. I'm not discounting anything. What I'm doing is holding a raffle, and I'm donating the jewelry. So when I started teasing my list, I asked them in advance if they were interested. I had a bunch of people reply yes. And then I did a soft launch on Facebook, and within an hour I had sold or had 6 donations. I'm not selling anything, but I had 6 donations for the raffle, which was really cool. So that same philosophy can go through here, is to prepare in advance so I knew exactly what I was going to do for that promotion, and that sort of teasing part weaves into the rest of it. So make sure you prepare your offer, and as Robin and I said, we don't recommend necessarily discounting. think of other ways that you can prepare an offer. So the offer might look like something like a gift with purchase. Another great idea for an offer is bundling products together. So you can have like a necklace that's $50, a set of earrings that's $25. You sell them together for $65. So they're saving $10, but you're not discounting it. You're telling them that they could buy it together. So,
and I'm just going to add on that too, that you can also do like free gift wrap or note with order or something like that, where you can add, a little extra value to it where they don't have to pay.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Thanks, Robin. So with your promotion, you want to, maybe you're bundling things together. Yeah. And you can also add nice services like gift wrap or like a handwritten note. But other ideas might include, so I mentioned gift with purchase. You might also want to create some sort of like gift box package so that when someone's giving something, it's all prepared, maybe with some other little items in it for a special price. So I love that idea because it's already like in the spirit of gifting, so people can easily buy a gift that's like done for them. They don't have to think too hard about it. You can create, we talked about the bundles, but like things together. I had like 3 more ideas and now I forgot about it.
You said buy one, get something free, so the gift with purchase.
Gift with purchase. Well, you could do a buy one, get one free. That's another thing, is like buy something, get something else for free. Or you can do another promotion like buy 3 items and get a piece for free. And that is a really good strategy for those of you who have extra inventory that's not selling. So one of our mastermind designers is stuck with like a bunch of earrings from a special thing that she did. Actually, 2 of our mastermind designers are stuck with a huge amount of volume for something that they bought into a while ago. But what you can do, and it's a long story, we don't need to get into it, but the point here is that a lot of times we're stuck with extra inventory that we're not prepared and we have no other way to offload it. So you can create some sort of offer where you're giving that piece away for free, but it's sort of built into the price of the other things that you're selling, but it's a value add instead of a discount. So think about, if you have extra inventory, if you could make up things that you could do for a gift with purchase.
And something comes to mind is like, how about a pay it forward, or here's one for you or one for your friend, or thank you for this order and we want to do a little something for you. So you can also make it like a special thing. They don't need to know you're kind of offloading and destashing.
Well, I mean, absolutely. I wouldn't say that. I would never say that.
But I'm just saying, you can make it even more of a special thing with it,
Yeah, so Susan, it looks like we have some more people joining. Jess, our new community manager, is here. She runs our online jewelry business incubator and is also going to be one of the community managers in the Diamond Insiders Club, which is awesome. It looks like we have, I'm going to scroll down here for Gemma Hines, Koa's here, Christina Tamamis. Awesome. Welcome, ladies. Susan Wyatt, Susan Thornton, and Nisa.
Too.
Oh, and Toka popped in too.
Yeah.
Awesome. If we missed you, sorry. It's kind of scrolling fast because we have lots of people on today. So if you're just joining us, make sure that you say hello and tell us you're here. And of course, if you have any questions, feel free to post them below because we want to answer. So the next thing that you want to be really clear on is to map out your strategy in advance so that you know exactly what dates you're going to be doing promotions. So you want to think about when you're going to be emailing people. You want to think about when you're going to be posting on social media. You want to also think about when you're going to be doing other promotions, and also sending out emails potentially to family and friends or your network so that you can get them to share your offer as well. So that strategy really needs to be mapped out. And one way that I really like to do it is to put it on a calendar. So you can use like a spreadsheet style marketing calendar, or you could just go into Google Docs and use a Google Calendar and map out, like create a specific Google Calendar just for your Black Friday promotion and map out each of the details on that. And it will set up a reminder so that you remember to do it. And then another facet of being really prepared is to map all of those details out into a project management system. We use a tool called Asana that helps us like keep track of the projects that we're doing and all the individual tasks that people have to do. So it looks like Amy and Sabrina are here. Hey, Abby. Abby says, hey, everyone, it's like a midweek FNTA party. I'm so glad you're all here. Isn't Abby hilarious? Abby is, if you don't know, like the glue that kind of holds Flourish and Thrive together. She's really amazing and super funny too. So Abby, so glad you're here too. Anything else about mapping out your strategy, Robin? That you want to say?
I think, don't worry about perfection. Just do it. I think just kind of getting it mapped out is going to actually relieve a lot of stress and to really help you see where maybe some holes are and where you have some more opportunity. So definitely map it out. I like that.
You like that idea?
I do.
Mapping it out.
It's
Okay,
really
cool.
important.
So the other thing, Michelle Brooks is here. Hey, you guys. Jessica's like, go, Abby. Go, Abby. Go, Abby. We're so dumb. Oh, my gosh. So the other thing that, we had lunch today with a couple of our former and current mastermind designers who actually live here in San Francisco. We pulled like a last-minute lunch together. And I'm sitting there talking with Karina Harris of Waffles and Honey and Christy Natsumi of Christy Natsumi Jewelry and also Mela Ruin of Bexon Designs. And we just started, I love talking about marketing. So we're talking a little bit more about marketing.
She loves talking about marketing.
So the conversation kind of turned to asking some questions about Facebook and Pinterest and all this stuff. And one thing that I know just from being a student of marketing, because I love marketing so much. I'm so obsessed with it. For the past 6 years, I would say, like, I really, really love thinking about how all the pieces fit together. And I'm always trying to improve because, we're by far from perfect over here. I'm by far from perfect with my jewelry business. So I'm always trying to make it better. But one of the tricks and tips that I've learned from sort of building an online education company is that one of the things that helps build a lot of excitement is the art of the tease. Like telling people something's happening without spilling the full beans before it happens. So if you are, I'm just going to call myself out here, but if you're a member of our Diamond Insiders Club, you saw this morning that I posted a video showing you what's going to be happening within the next few months within the Diamond Insiders. That's technically a tease to show you how we're progressing and what's going to happen moving forward. So for your Black Friday sale, what you could do is just share with people, or your Cyber Monday, Small Business Saturday, whatever you want to call it, share with people in advance that you're actually having a sale and you can start doing it now. One thing that I did to build excitement about my, and I probably didn't tease it enough, but build excitement about my fundraiser that I'm hosting right now, was I posted like a bunch of behind the scenes pictures as I was like filming the video and stuff like that to get my audience like excited about what was to come. So I would tease a little bit. I probably would, like an example of something I would write was like, getting really excited to announce something really big. I'm helping to build a school in Kenya. More details coming soon, but here's a little sneak peek behind the scenes of a video that I created. Can't wait to share with you, spill the beans and share everything with you. So you could do something along the lines of sending out an email to your list or sharing it on social media or sharing it with your friends and family and saying, hey, I have this big event that's coming up. I'm creating some really special offers that I'm only going to be offering for these next 3 days. You want to make sure that there are limited time offers and everything so that they can only get it during that time. And, I want you to make sure that you keep your eyes open or hit reply to this email or click this link, whatever you want to do to sort of track those people. And let me know if you're interested because I want you to be one of the first to know. So you can do things like that to sort of tease it in advance. And you want to start thinking about the timeline now of when you want to tease. You want to make sure that it's consistent enough so that people remember, but also far out in advance enough that people are actually marking their calendars. Oh, look at Andrea Ayers is here.
Hey,
Hi, Andrea. How's it going? That's so fun. And Melissa Camilleri. Oh my gosh. We have some of our, our super fans of Melissa and Andrea. So I'm so glad that they're here with us today. Thanks you guys for joining. How fun.
I just want to add one thing too, that the teasing, who doesn't want to find out some of the behind the scenes when
I know,
every day tease like that? It's like, of course, I'm curious. I want to know. What are you doing?
Exactly. Oh my gosh. I love the conversations going on here. So Christina asked, where can I see the video for your fundraiser? Christina actually posted it. I think did I post it in the Diamond Insiders?
I think so, yeah.
I don't want to get people confused, but you can check it out over at tracymatthews.com/classroom if you want to check it out. And I'll also provide the link below. Hey, Abby, if you're still on, or Jess, can you post that link below and reply to Christina so she can see it? You guys can check out what I did for my fundraiser so far. I have a bunch of people who've already donated, which is exciting. I have a lot more to go. I need to, if you guys feel compelled to spread the word, that's not what this Facebook Live is about, but I'd be really grateful as a sidebar. So anyway, you want to make sure that you're teasing your offer in advance so that people know that it's coming. And you can do that in multiple ways. You can send direct emails, send an email out to your list, do this on social media, get your friends and family involved. In fact, I created a huge incentive for my sister to share with her network the other day, which I'll keep private, but it was something that was really going to motivate her to share that offer with her friends and family, because I know that she, or obviously we have the same family, but with her friends and her network, because she lives in a different place than I do and has a bunch of different connections. So just trying to spread the word as much as you possibly can. Oh, Melissa says it's an awesome video, so inspiring. Oh, thanks, Melissa. Okay, so enough about that. That's not what this is about. So let's get back to
Black Friday.
I know. But you guys should check it out. You can kind of see what I've done for it. Anyway, so the next step would be to really make it an event. So one thing about the art of the teasing is that you want people to literally say yes before you actually do it. So one trick is to get people to actually, like if you're sending out an email, get them to hit reply, because you want to get a lot of buzz about it, but get them to hit reply to the email to say, yes, I'm interested in this. I mentioned that briefly before. Or on your post in social media, you can say, if you're interested, post below and I'll reach out to you directly. So I know we have our Instagram expert, Melissa Camilleri, on here today. And I know that if Melissa was doing some sort of tease for promotion on Instagram, she would probably have a call to action in her Instagram post to say, hey, if you're interested, make sure that you comment below so that I know, so I could reach out to you, or something along those lines. And Melissa, if you're still here, you feel free to chime in if that's something, if you have another little layer to that. But there's a lot of ways that you can do this to get people to say yes and to really create energy around it so it really feels like an event so people get excited about it. Do you have anything else that you'd like to add to that?
I just think it's definitely post it, definitely create some sort of behind the scenes thing, because I think that's also very intriguing for people. And they just, it's think about what gets you excited about a promotion that's happening, or somebody showing you just a little bit of what's going on. It always piques the curiosity.
And the next step is to really make sure that you're prepared, because I talked earlier about preparing your offer, but you want to make sure that you're prepared for the promotion so that you're literally mapping out every single detail that you need to think about. And we tried to do that with our Black Friday checklist. So if you want to grab it, you can go over to flourishthriveacademy.com/BF checklist. That's flourishthriveacademy.com/BF checklist. And Jess or Abby, if you could post the link again below in the comments so people could see, flourishthriveacademy.com/BF checklist, so they can download the checklist too. So when you're mapping out each of the steps, you want to write out every single thing that you have to do, mark it on your calendar, set a task to that, set a reminder to make sure that it gets done, and have it done well in advance so that you're ready to go and you're not stressed out or thinking about it too much. Oh, look at all those hearts. That's so great. Nisa says, it's a great checklist. I'm planning to transfer it into my planner. Awesome. Thanks for sharing that, Nisa. Thanks so much. So once you're prepared, then you're ready to go live. And I just want to say, do you have anything else to say about being prepared?
I think it's test it out. Make sure that you're not missing a step. And if you've got a team going, make sure they check it out too. Because sometimes when...
Are you talking about testing the emails? Is that what you're talking about?
Testing the emails, testing if it's the system on how you're going to actually package it and account for it and
right.
all those things. Just do a test run of it. And even if you've got it on your website, you may want to, if you can in the back end, just check it and just have more than one set of eyes on it.
Exactly. More than one set of eyes to make sure that you're not making any, typos or mistakes, and that the links work in your emails. You definitely want to test. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing to remember about being prepared. And then once your offer goes live, you want to schedule all of this stuff obviously in your email marketing program. You want to put a lot of energy. If you can, try to be, oh my gosh, try to be prepared in advance to, I just lost my train of thought. So a funny note from Jess came through. But you, what was I going to say?
I don't know. Be prepared. Plan in advance.
Just thought I said the BS checklist. She just like sent me a private message and it popped up there and I was laughing so hard. So no, it's the BF checklist, like
For Black
Friday. That is so funny. Anyway, you want to make sure that you're prepared, have everything scheduled, mapped out in advance, and then you also want to be available to answer questions during that day. So if you're really putting a big push behind this and you think that you might get some traction, maybe you think about having a like live chat on your website for that period of time so that people can actually contact you while you're there.
I love that.
I know that one of my friends is doing that right now, and it's really helped. And it's basically an app that goes on your phone. So when someone wants to live chat you, it just sends you like a text message, basically, so that you know that they're there. Okay, cool. So Andrea says, ha ha, that's so funny. And Melissa says, yes, double check link. I say that from learning the hard way 2 years ago. Make sure all the links are checked. Okay, awesome. All right, cool. And so the final step is to make sure that you celebrate and congratulate yourself for your success. Because here's the deal. You've worked really hard. You need to let go of any attachments about what is going to happen. You need to put your best foot forward, and sometimes you can't control everything that happens, but do your best, see what happens, and be available, and then celebrate all the hard work that you put in after it's all said and done.
Absolutely.
Right?
You've got to celebrate.
Yeah.
And you got to share, share in the community. How did it go? We'd love to hear.
Yeah.
So, pat yourself on the back. It's, and it's not always about how much you sell. It's the connection and interaction too. So don't just discount that it's just one thing. It's many things when you're doing something like this.
Absolutely. So, put your best foot forward, prepare. You're going to have better results if you're prepared, whichever you prefer. And, put your best foot forward and then celebrate whatever the outcome is, because you worked really hard for it. And this is all a learning experience. And we do these things to test and see what works. And this is your opportunity to test some ideas, to see if they work, and to do more of the things that work, and then maybe ditch some of the ideas that aren't quite working for you. So we'd love to answer some questions. So Melissa says, yes, I love that. It's all about building relationships with your brand. Awesome. So true. So we'd love to answer some questions. If you have them, you can start posting below. If not, we can babble here for a little bit longer. But Nisa asked, what if you don't have a newsletter? Because that's a really, really good comment. So my best advice to you is to make sure that you're really doing a grassroots efforts with your personal network and your friends and family network. I know that some people sort of like snub their nose at that idea, but I can tell you that probably 50% of my business comes through a referral network of people who I've already worked with before, or friends or family. And it's always been that way from direct to consumer for direct to consumer sales for me. So I know that until you can sort of build that sort of tipping point of momentum behind it, my business is very different. It's not primarily e-commerce. So until you can build that tipping point where you start building this fan base and email lists and all the brand advocates who are sharing and stuff like that, you have to start somewhere. So I'd start with your personal network, your referral network of people that you've already worked with, and then also just do a big push on the other social media platforms that you already work with. And ask people to share it. I think that's a really important thing. And one other idea, I'm no expert in this by any means. You might want to test out trying to house some sort of conversation in a Facebook group, if that's something that works for you. I know a lot of designers are doing trunk shows in Facebook groups. So that's another opportunity to start a conversation and potentially also start building engagement and list building around your brand. And then Michelle also says on her blog, absolutely, you should absolutely post on your blog. And I'm so glad you reminded me of that, Michelle, because I forgot to mention that. You want to make sure that you have all aspects of the content wheel covered.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
the other thing too is when you're out and about, don't just, not mention it. Talk to everybody that you're like, I am so excited. I have a really, a special event happening for Black Friday and what is it? All the Cyber Monday and Small Business Saturday. Talk about it because you're going to be out and about and people are going to say, oh, what are you up to? How are things going? And you can just say, I'm so excited, and share with them.
I'm loving all the comments that are coming in here, and let's see. Okay, so great info. Michelle says, make sure that you post it on your blog. Absolutely, you want to share your blog posts. You can do a couple things on your blog too, even from a teaser standpoint. You can tease the sale. You can tease some of the things that might be limited edition available in advance. You could also create like a holiday gift, your own holiday gift guide, mixing up other people's stuff.
Ooh, I love that.
We're doing a Black Friday training for our Diamond Insiders Club, and if you're not in it, make sure that you download that checklist if you want more information on that, because you might have an opportunity to actually jump in on that. But there's like some of the things that we suggest are just different ways that you can like sort of position yourself with other brands. Like, for instance, like if you have a friend who owns a candle business, maybe you can create like a package deal together where you're cross-promoting each other and cross-selling each other's products. So it could be like a win-win situation if you have the time to really think outside of the box. So Jess says, grassroots is the best. It all starts from the ground up. Yes, Tracy, totally agree. Awesome. Michelle says, awesome tips, everyone. And Melissa has a great tip for you guys. So write this down. Make a newsletter. Use the VIP Black Friday event as a list building opportunity to opt in. So you can have people opt in to your Black Friday VIP event before the sale happens. I think this is what she means. Like, have an opt-in for the VIP Black Friday event. Post it everywhere. Use that as your tease. Start teasing now. Say, hey, there's going to be some really amazing things available that you aren't going to be able to grab anywhere else. And get people to opt into your list and use that as a list building opportunity. So you can start with the grassroots, get them to opt in. You could post on social media, get them to opt in. You can write an SEO optimized blog post, get them to opt in. Put opt-ins all over, just opt in.
Did you get that? You want to have them opt in.
And then Melissa says, yes, make a newsletter. Okay. Yeah, and then Melissa also says MailChimp. Yeah, I love MailChimp, Melissa. I still use it for my jewelry business. MailChimp is free for up to 2,000 subscribers, and it's a great time to start. There is a good time to start. Always a good time to start building your email list. Amy says, I'm so inspired. So glad that you said that, Amy. Okay, and then Nisa says, thank you. We used to do a newsletter, but it was never really read, so we stopped doing it. Definitely working more on social media. And I'm loving Melissa's Instagram course. I know, Melissa's amazing. She is such a good teacher, and I love the way that she teaches Instagram. So I'm glad you're getting value out of that. So here's the thing about newsletters, and if anyone's doing a newsletter, I know I'm doing like a newsletter coaching session with a designer tomorrow. It can be frustrating because you feel like people don't read it, or you're putting all this effort in for not, maybe. And the thing about newsletters is it's maybe stop thinking about it as a newsletter and more about it as a marketing opportunity to reach your clients. And I think when you stop thinking about it as a newsletter or maybe a way to feature your products, maybe it takes some of that energy out. And you have to start to train people to open your emails. So one of the biggest barriers that people have when they're sending newsletters is they have a stupid title. I hate to put it that blatantly, but it's the truth. If you write newsletters that say Newsletter 101 or Newsletter 100, that's just boring. Like, I'm not going to open anything that says Newsletter 100.
No.
One of our designers, we started working with her on headlines, is doing an insane job. Virginia Freddo of Razimus Jewelry is doing really amazing job writing super cute headlines. Every time she sends an email, I'm on her list. I want to open it because I'm like, what's she talking about now? She just thinks of really great ideas to get someone to open your email. So that's the first part of it. Like, I would start really looking at subject lines right now of things that get you inspired to open the email, and think about what people what people are interested in who might be on your email list.
And the other thing I want to say is I love when it's image driven, because I don't have a lot of time to read a lot of copy, and I don't think a lot of other people do either. And if it's image driven and you've got a little bit of copy, I'm sold. I'll usually open it. And if you there's a
Well, you won't be able to see the image though in the headline to open the email.
not in the headline, but there's little things you can do in the headline. You can also put some emojis now, which is been around for a little bit, but that's always really fun too. I know Waffles and Honey does a really great job of that. And but when you open up the newsletter, I really like to see the images.
Yeah,
that's what.
So that you're like drawn to the images when you see them. Yeah,
absolutely.
So yeah, making a visual representation is really, really important. And there's tools like Canva, which makes making images really easy. They have a whole bunch of formulas and templates. In fact, I made just a collage image for my promotion for my fundraiser in literally like 2 minutes. So it didn't take much time at all. You just like drag and drop. It's really, really easy.
Super friendly.
User friendly. So they have like templates so that you can create like different, almost like a style guide or something that's like almost like a polyboard board if you wanted to. But the key point here is that for newsletters and any sort of email that you're going to do, the headline is the most important thing to get someone to open the email. What's in the body of the email is the next step. You want them, it needs to have a clear call to action, and they need to know what to do next. And it needs to be compelling enough for them to take that action. So if you're not doing either of those things, then you have a problem. I think there's like this balance between having enough information and not enough information to go to the next step. And one of my favorite newsletters that are one of the favorite like sort of e-commerce stores that I loved, and they're not around anymore, that did one of the best jobs I think with email newsletters was really Piper Lime. And basically they would create like almost like long Pinterest style collages with all their offers. All the offers were listed basically on the collage. There wasn't a lot of text elsewhere. And you can do that and create something like that, a custom thing, in something like Canva, or you can have a designer do it or whatever. But thinking outside of the box of how you can really get people to take that next step. Okay, cool. Let's see.
One of my favorite newsletters is actually Esqueleto.
Oh, you love theirs.
I can't wait to actually open them because their pictures, their images are so great. And so check them out if you don't know who they are. It's a store. They have a store. It's owned by Lauren Wolf, who is actually a jewelry designer, and she has a store here in the East Bay of the Bay Area and also in Los Angeles.
Cool. Yeah. Awesome. Thanks for sharing, Robin.
Yeah.
So Sarah asks, I have a MailChimp list, but only a handful of subscribers. I have the subscribe now links on Facebook and my blog, but not much interest thus far. Any thoughts to get more subscribers? Yes, no one wants to just subscribe for nothing. So you need to offer them something. So Melissa recommended earlier in this training, when she posted, she said, sign up now for my VIP insider sale for VIP Black Friday insider sale. That's a reason for someone to sign up. Think about what someone might be interested in relation to your product. This is more of a general list building thing, because there's a lot of different ways that you can build your list, which is like a whole training for another time. But like from a marketing perspective, you want to make sure that there's multiple ways for people to opt in on your website and on all of your other platforms, whatever it might be. No one necessarily wants to just subscribe to something just for the sake of subscribing. So you need to give them a reason to do it. So one of my first opt-ins when I sort of revamped my brand and started over was a jewelry care cleaning guide. And that jewelry care cleaning guide was one of the best opt-ins that I ever had for my jewelry business, because people were really curious about how they could clean their jewelry and like with just household products. I can't remember what the actual tagline was, but it was tips for people to clean their jewelry with stuff that they already had at home, so they didn't have to go buy like those chemical-ridden jewelry cleaners and stuff like that. And it was a great opt-in because people were interested in that, and it was directly related to my brand. Now, depending on the type of brand you have, like think about what your ideal clients or your dream clients, as we like to call them, are interested in. So if they are someone who follows like a yoga jewelry brand, like they might be interested in healing gemstones if that's something that you position yourself on. If you have more of a fashion brand, someone might be interested in like your trend, a trend report or like a style guide, something like that. If you have like personal jewelry, it could be like, the insider's guide to layering jewelry effortlessly or something like that. It could be some guy that shows them how to wear, layered jewelry, like that's directly related to your brand. So think about what it is that you do and how can you offer a service or something that can help someone, with their style, with their life. Like, how is it going to improve their life? That's another like way to build your list. You can also build your list by like previous clients that you've sold to. You have to get permission to add them to your list, but make sure that if in your shopping cart that there's a button that they can check to say like that is automatically checked that adds them to your list, and they have to I don't know, it's a trick. They have the option to uncheck it, but you want to make sure that box is checked already so that they're probably automatically added to the list. I don't know if there's I'm pretty sure that most shopping carts will do something like that. But there's like different ways that you can build, but you want to get people on there who want to be there, not people who are just going to like subscribe for subscribers' purposes. And I don't know a better way to explain that except for that. So you need to really be inventive about how you're positioning it, where your opt-ins are on your website, how you're sort of marketing that list building effort, and think outside the box of different ways that you can do it. And one of the things that I see a lot of people doing is offering a discount on the front end. And that works for some people if people are ready to buy, like opt into my email list, get a discount. But the only problem with that, I think, as a strategy for most people is that if you are an unknown brand and someone who's visiting your site for the first time, they might not be ready to buy, and you've lost that lead if they're not interested in getting a discount in the beginning.
That is such a good point.
So that's why I like having multiple discount or multiple opt-ins all over your website so people can grab different things and you can capture their attention. So those are sort of like my short list, email list building ideas. And there's so many ways to build your email list, but that's just a start without getting too advanced. Let's see. Melissa says she's blushing. Everyone loves Melissa Camilleri. I'm thinking of offering a free gift if someone buys up to a certain amount. Just wonder if you need to mention what the free gift is or the value of it. I would definitely I would do both. Like say, if you spend over $100, get a gift with purchase, valued at blah, 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 blah. And you could show what the gift, like get these earrings, you can call them whatever the earrings are, valued at whatever price. So you definitely should do both. You don't have to do either, but I think it's better if you do both so people can sort of see the value that they're getting if they spend that much money. Melissa says, I'm a big fan of Virginia Fredo and Rasmus Jewelry. Aren't we all? We love her.
We do.
Okay. Christina says, learning to do it these days, putting content together. Okay, awesome. So Nisa says, that makes sense and may have been the issue. I'll be putting a newsletter on my list of things to work on. Hopefully I can get more subscribers during the artisan show that she'll be in on the 27th. That's a great point. So another really good list building opportunity is to, you could do a couple things. You can do a drawing at a live event. Like I know a lot of you do in-person trunk shows, and part of the terms of them entering the drawing might be that you enter them on the email list, so you can make sure that that's very apparent, but that's a really great way to sort of build an email list. You can give people a discount or like a gift with purchase if they sign up for your email list at a show, or you could just try to get them to sign up for your email list at a show. But anytime that you're in front of people, offer them something that will incentivize them to sign up for your email list in person, online, everywhere.
It's your personal opt-in.
Your personal opt-in, yeah. Your notepad is your personal opt-in box. All right, cool. Lisa says, I love Canva. I made a Facebook cover to promote the artisan show, and I'll be at this month using Canva. Okay, awesome.
Yeah, we love Canva. Super easy.
let's see. Jess says, Sarah Jordan, wherever you get a sale or have a conversation with the client, definitely ask for an email. Whether it's in person, online, it takes time to hand add emails you get in person to your list. But it starts small but builds up, and then you can share the content on your email and Facebook and Instagram. Okay, awesome. And then Melissa says, Koa, I would put the value for sure. Take a page out of the Estee Lauder free gift with purchase makeup sets. And you know, Melissa, that whole like Estee Lauder gift with purchase thing and like the Clinique gift with purchase. I remember when I was a teenager, first buying makeup, I was always buying a $25 lipstick, rubbing my 2 quarters that I had together, scraping all my quarters together to buy a lipstick so I could get the gift with purchase valued at $100 or whatever it was. I mean, makeup brands really do this well. Like, this is a really brilliant way to sort of build excitement about it, because people just buy because they want the free gift. Like, think of it that way.
It's so true.
Yeah.
And fear of missing out, too.
Yeah, a little FOMO in there. Let's see. So they say how much all would be if sold separately, and you get it by spending like $100 or more. So smart. So great. So Melissa says, definitely a must to include visuals in emails. The brain processes images 60,000 times faster than it does text. That's a great fun fact. Thanks for sharing that. So if you need to add more email, make sure to put out a sign-up sheet or a book at your store, event, market, craft fair, etc. That's from Jess. Okay, awesome. And then Abby's giving Jess some props. Such a great tip. Behind Alnivi. Awesome. Susan, what do you want us to spell? I'm not sure what you want us to spell, because the comment came in after we were talking about something. So if you'd like us to spell something for you, happy to do it. What just happened? Okay.
It jumped ahead.
Yeah, it did. Okay, Casey says, I raffle off prototypes at shows to get email subscribers for my mailing list. People will sign up for a raffle, and then it comes back.
Oh, it's back.
I was going to get my backup source. Sorry, guys. I don't know what just happened, but we went off air. I'm going to grab my backup source for, okay, it looks like we're okay now. The connection is weak. Okay, what was I saying?
Oh, gosh.
We were talking about something. Okay, let's get back. I started to get freaked out. Okay, hold on a second. Casey says, I raffle off prototypes at shows to get email subscribers for my mailing list. People will sign up for a raffle when they wouldn't just sign up for an email list. So true, Casey. Thanks for sharing that. Awesome. All right, cool. Let's see. Aurelia says, yes, Casey, I've done that. Offer a raffle for a necklace and then opt in to subscribe. I've also added boxes so they can say what type of jewelry they prefer, so I can get an idea of customer preferences.
Ooh,
oh my gosh, that's a
That's
ninja
awesome.
trick. That's really awesome, because then you can start segmenting your email list and sending emails only to specific segments of the list. Like,
Love it.
if someone like really likes bold jewelry and you have like some of your jewelry is like really bold, you can send stuff to them. But if you have more dainty personal jewelry and other people like more the layered look, you can send stuff to them. Or, I mean, there's like a million varieties. That's a great idea, Aurelia. Thanks for sharing that. Crystal says, hi.
Hi, Crystal.
Maritoka says, hi, Andrea. And then Tracy and Robin, this training is super motivating. I'm glad you're here. All right, cool. Let's see. Sarah says, I've heard that people are reluctant to leave their email addresses in plain view these days, such as on a notepad at a craft fair, due to fear of identity theft. MailChimp has a mobile app, and you can type their addresses in on the fly and no one else sees them. That is a really, really great idea. Awesome idea to just like, and then actually, the other thing that's cool is that you can, it's already done then. If you're like typing them in on the app, that's a really great idea. I love that.
There's also an app that you can do that if they have a business card, that you can actually just scan the business card and it puts it into your
Do you know
system.
which app it is?
I'll find out.
You can't share without telling us, Robin.
A friend of mine just showed me that's what I literally gave him my business card and he did something.
It enters it into your emailing system?
It just does a scan and then it takes the information and puts it in your...
In your MailChimp or in your regular contacts?
It puts it in the regular contacts, but I'm sure you could download it. I'll have to find out.
Okay,
it was cool. There's an app for everything, so nowadays.
All right, so Crystal says, I'm late to this, but I was out promoting my product, but I'm just getting started getting email addresses. What's the first step for an in-person show. Okay, Crystal, we went through a lot of steps at an in-person show already, so make sure that you watch this video all the way through. But basically, you can do things like a raffle, you can have an email sign-up list, you can enter them right into your MailChimp on your phone. We gave a couple of strategies, so make sure that you watch the replay because we went through all that since a lot of people have been on here for the last 45 minutes, and we gave a lot of information that, you know, over the span of a series period of time. So, and there's lots of chat. Jess says there's lots of chatting about that in the feed tonight, so scroll down to check it out. All right, awesome. So, Sarah, what I do for craft fairs is to print, Aurelia says that, Sarah, what I do for craft fairs is to print forms about 5 by 5, and they can drop them into a box. I find it to make the process fun and keep up the appearance of confidentiality for no Wi-Fi options. So that's a great idea. Like, you're just dropping it into, like, I could see, do you remember when you were kids, and I don't know if you ever did this, but we'd make these Kleenex box holders with like a slit on the top. You could literally take a shoebox and wrap it or something, make a slit on the top. Or another box, and then like use that as like a way to like put the things in there so it's kind of closed and you don't really open it until you're home, and then there's like, you know, everyone's private, right?
Yeah.
Everything's private.
And make sure you enter that information right away. I've heard too many stories of people like, oh, I'll get to it. This time of year, time is of the essence, so don't delay on that.
Absolutely. All right, you guys, this was awesome. It was so fun to be here with you today, Robin.
I know.
Yay.
It's always awesome to be here in person with you.
All right, you guys. So make sure, if you haven't done it already, you're going to grab that flourishthriveacademy.com/BF checklist. It's a great checklist to help get you prepared. We've kind of walked you through some of the things you want to think about for your strategy so that you're ready to go for the holiday season and that you can get everything in check and have an awesome Black Friday sale. So after, or Cyber Monday, or Small Business Saturday, or before or after, whatever you're going to do. But anyway, the little checklist is going to help you like think through your promotion fully, which is awesome thing to do. All right, Sarah and Aurelia. Casey says, Sarah and Aurelia, can you print them on business cards in bulk? Oh, you can print them on business cards in bulk super cheap too. That's so true. And Nisa says, tons of great advice this evening. Thank you. And Susan says, awesome. All right, you guys, thanks for being here today. This was fun.
It's really fun.
All
great
right.
questions.
I know,
really great
right?
questions. So thanks for joining us.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. Have a good one. Make sure you download the checklist that's up above, and we'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.